Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night's Messages of Love from Above. And I'm super excited to see what messages come through from Spirit today. Got Scorpio moon energy still going on. So, a lot of water emotional energy. So, I am liking that. So we'll see what else is going on. Before we get into the readings, though, would like to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to do that with me and join me, of course, I would more than welcome that. Whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together and send love out to the world. So I'm going to just close my eyes and take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Just allow that energy to flow down into our heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world, circling the globe in a giant ball of love energy, touching every single heart, sparking it higher and higher and higher in love vibration, taking us closer and closer to the higher and higher realms of love. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love energy in this moment for your own heart, your mind, your body, for a loved one, a situation, for a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space for that. And before we get into the actual readings, I always like to let everyone know that I do have a weekly giveaway every Monday. And on Tuesdays, I put out a video announcing what I'm giving away and how you can get into the drawing. Here is the link for this last Tuesday's video for next Monday. It happens to be month end too. So I'll be having extra giveaways. I give away two extra 30-minute recorded readings to my donors. So I have a drawing for those, anyone who's donated at all during any time during the entire month, or purchased any readings or anything. I just throw them all in a giant pot and pick a couple winners. And then this will be the last month I'm doing monthlies. Here, I will post that. I'll post that playlist here in a sec. But um, for anyone who comments during the month on the monthlies, I also pick two um, 30-minute recorded readings from them as well. And then I'm giving away two just normal ones. So I'll be giving away a total of 6 30-minute person recorded readings on Monday. So if you want to get into the drawings, be sure to check out the video to find out how. And then each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. This week, yesterday, I put out one which is who can use your help and how can you help them? It was a very interesting one. um, I like them all, of course, but these seemed a little different, and I really liked them. So if you want to check those out, that was pretty cool. And then also tomorrow will be a new Take 10 with Sun, actually in about 5 hours, because I put them out at midnight on Friday mornings. So you'll get the Take 10 with Zen episode 3. Here's the link for number 2, which the playlist is at the end if you want to check that out too. For the first one was about dimensions, the second one spirit guides, and tomorrow's is love real? So thank you, Dijona, again for that wonderful question, it seemed like, well, yeah, but then it really got into something I didn't think it would take me, but it was good. I liked it. All right. And then if you haven't checked out your June monthly, we have a couple months left. I mean, a couple days left in June, but the readings also covered the solstices, whether you're in the northern or southern hemispheres, so summer or winter. So the energy does cover you for a couple months, and it'll give you some insight into those. So be sure to check those out. Like I said, I'm not going to do monthlies um, for a while, at least. I feel like my kind of like what I'm focusing on for my true north. Those weren't quite giving me the what I was wanting for from the energy I was investing into them, because I'm going to be focusing on some other items like the Take 10 was Zen, and focusing more in kind of a teaching or sharing knowledge kind of aspect. So that is what we have for now. So blah blah blah. All right. So that I think is all the skinny on those things, and I'm just going to get my desktop all set up here and we will get into the readings. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. Great to have you. And we have a great soul group here of people with wonderful senses of humor and large hearts as well. So it's a great combo. So welcome, welcome. And how the free readings work is I do go down in order, first come, first serve in the chat. There's no special list. The chat is the list. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're looking for. And so we'll just go down with those. Yeah. So I think those are those. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step out of the free readings and I uh, prioritize those and I dive deeper in those as well and pull extra cards. And then once I'm done, I return back into the free readings and continue going down the list. Usually on for about 2 hours. I'm going to try to balance because I've been hitting 3 and 4 hours and I can tell it's wearing me out. So Spirit reminded me to balance things. So I'm going to try. I tried last night. I was only on for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Baby steps, right? But anyway, to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. Also, in the pinned comment at the top and the description box down at the bottom. It has my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. And whatever dollar amount you want to pay is totally up to you. I don't have a set dollar amount. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, day to day, country to country, planet to planet. So whatever you're able to do, you know what you're able to do, and I trust that and trust that energy exchange. So that is it. That is it. I'm going to continue moving, using the Circle of Life Tarot. It's another round tarot deck that I got here. Just going to adjust this light a little bit. All right, a little better. um, so we will look into those and use these. And so we will get started. So first, I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Always Victory, for your donation. So we will start with you. All right. And hope you are doing well. So you want to know, are you on the right track to ending things? And I know you're not meaning life. I know you're meaning things in your life. Otherwise, I'll be dialing 9-1 and then 1 again. All right. So you would like an oracle from deck 2. Okay. And then some tarot. All right. Deck 2 tonight is Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. So let me just shuffle those up. And let's take a look here. Are you on the right path to transforming things? We'll put it that way, right? Ending things and transforming things. So you got the clean it up, which sounds about right. Card number 21. This feels familiar, but We will take a look here. I feel like I don't know if you got this one before, but it feels like it came up in something similar because this was reminding me of, if you've ever watched Harry Potter, well, they got the broom, but also, I think was it the Patronus? Whatever they would do when they would this animal would be created from their magic, and it was their essence. It varied by individual, but his was, the stag, which I feel this is about showing your power here too. Because this is all about getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. I guess this would be yes. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house! Exclamation point. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads you to a sense of lack, all of that takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. So now's the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. And this particular oracle has a relationship message, a prosperity message, and also a protection message, which I do want to read. And it says, the relationship message is time to clear the air, take a look at your side of the street, and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamic and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered, and your relationship will flourish, or future relationship, right? Prosperity message here is simple things like opening your mail, paying bills, sorting out your timetable, making lists, and getting organized is what this symbol means when it comes to your work. Make time for yourself too. This card is a sign you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. And then the protection message says, is it possible you may be focusing too much on other people right now? Trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. All right. Well, I like that for you. If that is a repeat, my apologies. But evidently, if it was before, this is pretty awesome. I really like that. All right. And then a couple tarot as well. Let's see what else they want to add into that. I don't know what else can be added. That's pretty powerful, right? But we'll definitely take a look here. Okay. All right. Well, we definitely have some time of reflection going on here, which fits right in with this message here because we've got the high priestess, oops, or the high priestess not standing on her head, but it's, she steps back into her beautiful high priestess temple to really um, connect with spirit, go behind the veil, dive deep, really look into things, right? And we also have the moon, which is diving into the unknown, connecting to the spirit world. And I think we already talked about paying attention to the cycles of the moon. So I feel like these are important things here because you do have the 5 of cups, which is transformation of the cups. Maybe a starfish has a significant meaning to you too, but there's this transformation, excuse me, that comes in here of mourning and allowing yourself to feel the emotions that you wanted to feel, but then stepping into your power of emotional choice and knowing that when you're tired of feeling one way, that you always have the 2 of cups, which is this power to choose what you want to feel in the moment. Because every moment's either of unconditional love or fear, of gratitude or victimhood. And we come down here to experience both in this human form. One being our natural state back home, which we want to come here and experience all these other things. But when we're ready, we move to like a secondary stage of joining together with spirit, with our higher self, and walking, hand in hand with that, going in there. You do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is always an enjoyable, slow moving card. But the big message they want you to have here is luckily not patience this time, but it's about um, we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. So it does take time for the outside world to catch up with what all the work that you've been doing on the inside. So I guess it is a little bit of a patience, just asking to be patient with the world, that it does take them and people and situations time to catch up with our energy on the inside. So I do like this for you. It is about, with the moon card and the high priestess, taking time for you, um, and investing in you, just like the oracle card said too. So that's what's coming in. Always victory and many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So next up, we have Amora Maria. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know if your boyfriend wants to marry you, what are his thoughts on your future, and what can you watch out for? All right. Let's take a look here. See if they want to marry you. What are their thoughts on your future? Okay. So I feel like those, and then what to watch out for here. Okay. So do they want to marry you? You've got the 5 of wands, and the 5 of wands is transformative energy. Wands is drive, ambition, passion, inspiration. They have passion there, and the 5 is a number of change. So I feel like with that, they it can be a confliction card, which I feel like their energy is conflicted, like they want to, but something's holding them back. I feel like we'll find that out more when we look into the other sets of cards here about what are their thoughts and what you should or could look out for. So we'll take a look here. Yeah, his thoughts for your future. Aw. So you got the 10 of Pentacles here, which you can see here. Here's father, mother, baby. So family, and the 10 of Pentacles is this energy of you know, external fulfillment, overflowingness. So this is a good card to come in here, which confirms that yes, they do have these thoughts on your future, that they do want to be with you and they can see you completing their life. So they have these thoughts of they could see it. And we'll dive in here. I've got 3 more cards for this question and then 3 cards for what you can look out for. So let's take a look here and see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So we've got the lovers card coming in here. So again, thoughts on their future. They see that you are, definitely. I mean, you can't say much more, right? That they feel like you are this partner of theirs, and they have this connection. It's major arcana, which is significant, for our lives. And then we also have the temperance, which this is the patience and the timing, allowing things to unfold, not rushing, because we have the 2 cups here, which is actually the 2 of cups is like the Lover's card, but it takes time for things to move back and forth. It's, tempering is the taking a base metal, it's like alchemy, where they go back and forth to turn it into, um gold. And so it feels like it takes time to unfold there. And I feel like this is what, their thoughts are is that we'll get there. But they're wanting to take time here. Yeah, and you got the Page of Pentacles coming in here. And the Page of Pentacles is like this, new opportunities, new things unfolding in the future, and I feel like, they see this as a new opportunity because this is all about thoughts for the future that there's going to be this unfolding and this growth in the outside world together. So I definitely have a solid, energy coming in here that they don't, they're not doubting that you're the one and to be with you. There's just something that's holding them back. And well, maybe we'll see here what these are with these 3 cards here. Okay. Well, so and I felt like it was fears, and we do here, and I feel like this is what they want you to know. The 6 of Swords, it's moving from old ways of thinking, dropping old fears, and moving into something and like moving from rough waters to calmer waters. So there is this, energy, that is coming in here. And with the 6 of Swords here, I really like this. There's this, I feel like they've got a lot of expectations and a lot of things from the past of this is what has to be, and this is what's all related to marriage, this is what's all related to have a life together, and so these rules that were passed down, and they have these fears of failure, these fears of rejection, so all this stuff coming in, right? But this is what they're working on, they're letting it go to move forward. And I feel like one of the things that is the fear is the 9 of Pentacles, which has to do with self-sufficiency, that they wanna make sure that they're able to care for themselves, for you, for children, for whatever. They wanna make sure that they have enough in the outside world, um, and that they have what they need within themselves as well. So I like that, and we've got the Fool's card is the new journey, or maybe even this way, jumping into this new path, leaving old ways of thinking behind and making this adventure and moving forward. So, this is about letting go of all these fears and allowing an adventure to unfold together without all the pressures of trying to meet up to everything. So, I feel like that they wanted you to know what was behind them kind of holding off and what's making them tentative. They know, they can see it, they think about it, but the fears are at this time still holding them back. And what you can watch out for is to look at your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around what a relationship or marriage should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be, these expectations, because that's what sucks the life out of a relationship, all this energy just to get to ground zero instead of keeping expectations as low as you can, because the zero with the full card is the beginning, and having this adventure without all these rules, so you're spending more energy on celebrating together on who each other are and where you're headed, rather than judging where it's falling short and where you haven't reached yet. It's the difference in the energy. One feels like work and is exhausting. The other feels like an adventure and a journey and lively, right? So that's what's coming in for you, Amora. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, many blessings to you. All right, hey KDP, hello, hello, and thank you for your donation. Take a quick sip here. Excuse me, wrong pipe. So, will anything serious happen between Christopher and you? You just started talking. All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. But you and Christopher. Absolutely, Amora. I'm very glad that resonated. I like it for you too. All right. Let's see what you got here, Kitty P. What is this all about here? Okay. It looks like a giant H or an I on its side. Let's take a look here. Well, we have starting off the Wheel of Fortune. So I like that this, is the faded card, endings to beginnings, things unfolding here, where even your human feels very happy about them. So of course, this is a fated event. No one ever comes into our life by accident. It is fated, which is comes in here. So we'll see what else unfolds here. Let's see what these two cards are about. All right, so we got the Emperor and the King of Wands. So very fiery energy here. Here's a very passionate individual. The Emperor, of course, is Aries energy, and then the King of Wands is the King of Fire. And so there is this energy that unfolds here that, is very much, this is like almost like look that the centaur, right? It's like here's Sagittarian energy, but they're all fiery energy. It's all about being in command. It's all about expression of their passions, passions, passions. So there's a lot of passion here that they have that they want to express. And I feel like they will step forward because both of these are about stepping forward with their energy, and letting it be known. So I I f I feel like you'll be knowing it if you don't know it already, that they have an energetic attraction to you and physical attraction as well. I've got the 6 of Pentacles. Um, well, that's part of physical attraction, but, it's like there's a fine line between I love you, I enjoy you, I wanna be around you in a relationship, and, I'm so attracted to you, and I can't help being attracted to you. It's like love is a commitment where passion is attraction, and so it can be more than sex, it can be a physical draw that comes into an energetic draw because wands can be it's our energy and sometimes you're just like I don't know why I'm drawn to them, I just am, and it doesn't have anything to do with the heart and feelings and emotion and that part of us. It just feels like it's something outside of that. So that's what I hopefully that helps with that. We do see the 6 of Pentacles here. 6 of Pentacles is this, we talk about here with this giving and receiving, right? Where we have this out of balance giving and receiving the codependency awareness card or the overgiver card. I believe we've talked about this, where we have this, energy of, um, that we feel we have to give so much and deserve to get so little back. And I feel like that's part of what's going on here, mirroring both for each other. And there might just still be some mirroring going on here. So you could see, like, what do I feel I deserve? And going back to our, 7 years old and younger is that age of I had to overgive to someone to get very little back, whether it's parents or grandparents or teachers or coaches or whoever it was. I feel like that they still have to look at theirs because I feel like these are definitely them. And if that resonates, because they're usually a mirror for us, um, that's what is something that can be looked at there. Yeah, I figured it did feel very much like I was going to say that too. that I was like, you know, it's like we're drawing in a similar individual. And we'll see what else they want to know here, though, too. Okay, well, interesting. So we've got the king and the queen of wands coming in here. So this other one um, feels like it might be you, but you want Jordan, yeah. And here's the page of wands. So fast moving, passion, a lot of energy, movement, movement, movement. So you've got both the king, the queen, and the page. Yeah, and here's the devil card. So yeah, we have the Capricorn energy, this they're being brought here. So definitely this mirroring is here of showing you what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, as well as you mirroring for them their thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that need to be challenged and shaken and moved so that we can release old ways of thinking and move into something, along um those energies. So I feel like that this isn't something. I don't feel it's like this is not your soul partner who you end up with. I feel like it's a similar reflection as Jordan was to be for you, to show you more and more about yourself and what you feel you deserve. And the Six of Pentacles really comes out to show us, to look back at who was it that we felt we needed to, overgive to. And once we're able to spend some time identifying that, then we realize that's what's holding, true love back, a love that we feel that we deserve back, and then also abundance in there as well. No, no, I feel like both of these are reflections. They're lower vibrational energies. Like you said, it's not the lover's card and the heart and soul. It's more, passion, and it's like the love is being held back. And that's why with that Six of Pentacles, it just comes in strong because once we realize, we just take some time to journal, to sit, to meditate, reflect, and go, who was it 7 years on 7 years old and younger that I felt I had to overgive to get very little back. When I did it, I was like, yep, dad, mom, brother, my immediate family. When I was 7 years old and younger, that's what my little inner child, what it felt like. And regardless, I know, and I tried talking to my family over time in the beginning when I was looking over things. Of course, our perception could be different from everyone else's. They're like, no, they were always around, always giving us attention. And I'm like, you're the older brother. Maybe they were until I was born or something, because I don't remember any of it. I go, where were they? And they were, well, they were, but regardless of what anyone else is saying, you honor your inner child and you go, how did you feel? Who was it? And when you identify it, then that you bring it from the subconscious up to the conscious. And that's where we can go, okay, I see what it is. And we look at it differently. We edit it and we say, no, I deserve one to one. I understand where they came from, the forgiveness, the release, all of that. When you realize, like I realized my parents only knew what they were raised with, and my brother only knew what he was raised from our parents who were, raised and went back generations of children raising children. When you're able to release that, then it can go to one, and then that you save it, right? And it goes back down into your subconscious, and your inner child is the one who's been keeping track of this out of balance giving and receiving. And then this release comes, and then your vibration is allowed to go higher, and then you draw in a love that is equal for that instead of drawing in what our we feel we're worth, I can only afford 1 coin, you know, who I deserve a 1 coin type of relationship. When we do what we've done, that's what we get, right? So, I like this transformation that comes in here for you. Just the energy that's coming in, is, they're it's what they share with me, but it's all the wands, 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 and the 6 of pentacles. This the combination of these, it doesn't feel, like it's love, it just feels like I said, it feels like Jordan 2.0, or 3.0. It just feels like an evolution. It's still some of it, but it's higher there. Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand. So this is what, what spirit knows all. They see the future. They are not just now. They understand where people are at. They see more past things, right? So it can, to really love a soul, we have to love ourselves because we can't love others more than we love ourselves. And if someone else doesn't love themselves yet, then they can't love us. They can only love us to the extent they love themselves, and they can only receive love from us to the extent we that they love themselves. So um, that's what comes in a lot is like, do they love me? And I'm like, I get that. Of course, I get that a ton in my readings and personal readings. And it's rare that someone has found self love, from the outside. A lot of people do readings for have found a greater and greater amount of self love because they're on the journey. But part of their experience is bringing in and attracting people that don't have the love available to them yet until we get to a higher vibration ourselves, right? So I feel like that's what's coming in there, Katie. So as far as serious, I mean, it is destined, and you guys are wonderful mirrors for each other. So I feel like going in knowing that, okay, I'm what am I learning? What am I seeing when I look in the mirror of them? What triggers within me? Am I going to grow through this? Because the current energies, they're just saying it's mirroring right now. The energies don't feel like forever type of energy, like the rest of this lifetime type of energy. So nothing's pointless. Everything always has a point. Nothing happens by accident. There isn't like the creator, dozed off and bumped something over and spilt it onto the planet. He's like, "Oh crap, sorry. No, 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 that's not for you. Give that back." It always, definitely unfolds for us. And so as long as and we're the ones that get to, decide on what we're learning through it. So all the classes we signed ourselves up for before we came down here, but what we make of the class. And if we go into class going, oh god, why are they making me take this class, and the college professors like, well, this isn't like high school where things are assigned to you. They're like, this is college. You wanted this degree and you want these classes to do it. So when we go about it going, I asked for this, what am I learning through here? How can I learn? We learn so much more. And what an experience that is compared to going to every class going, you again, So definitely not pointless. So I like it for you here. Excuse me. So that is what they have right now here for you, Katie. So hang in there. Um, well, As far as giving them a chance and, if it will develop into love, I you know, I feel like if you just, enjoy it for what it is, and when we have like, it has to lead to something, that just, takes the wind out of it all. If you can, like the Capricorn, that, devil card at the end for you is about try letting go is of many expectations as you can of supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts, because that's what's keeping you captive and keeping you trapped. The more you let those things go, the more you can just enjoy someone for who they are instead of judging how they're falling short, not being who we want them to be, as well as ourselves. If we're judging other people, we have ourselves under a law. If we're judging ourselves, we're definitely judging others because we're comparing, whether we'll admit it or not. Right. So the more we let go of all these rules, then we get to enjoy the adventure. So I like it for you. So that is what they have, Katie. So hang in there, my dear. What a wonderful adventure this life is, right? So, thank you again for your donation and many, many blessings to you. All right. So, Galatians, and always, I'll be you guys with you in just a moment here. I do have a couple PayPal that came in. So, I will complete those first, and then I will be to you guys. All right. So, love 1, 2, 3, 4. You are up first here. I am doing well, and I'm ready to be annoyed. You're funny. You do not annoy me. So funny. All right. So, 3 questions on this donation. So, let's take a look here. Okay. And then number 2 and number 3. 1, 2, 3. That's funny. So you got 1 card for the first question, 2 cards for the second one, and 3 cards for the third one. So I like it. So the first one, yeah. So we've got the patience card here. Patience, it's one of the stop, like the hang, it's the temperance card, the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man are 4 of my big stop, don't move cards, right? It's the things unfold, they take their time, wait, patience, wait. So for me, number 1, yeah, it's like pause, pause, right? Oh, but every card can be a good card, right? It's like everything. It's like a knife can be used to stab, but it can also use to cut people free, right? So it's all how we use it. All right. And then number 2, excuse me. Mm, I think these are queens. Yeah, exactly. 2 of swords is indecision, and then the uh king of pentacles is about decisions being made and looking at things from a bigger picture, and abundance and things like that. I just feel like they're undecided with the exact. I feel like there's just double-mindedness going on, like back and forth in their head, but there's someone that's already made a decision, but it's like someone who's going back and forth and trying to, communicate it. I feel like here too, the um, the swords are about communication, and I feel like they're going back and forth and back and forth about communication, communication, communication. Um, but let's take a look here for number 3. Okay. Yeah. It's funny because of knowing you, I know what this is. Because we do have the Knight of Swords, which is the movement of communication, and we've got the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, and the Nine of Pentacles being self-sufficient and standing on your own, right? So the hermit's journey here. And so it's like, fired with the next 2 weeks. This is the wish fulfillment, wish come true, right? So, I still feel like it's communication is coming, and it just feels like, especially with the Two of Swords, 2 weeks until the you know, but, I just feel like um, when it comes to timing, I don't think there's a faded exact time frame, but I feel like it's bouncing back and forth. But definitely, like, I feel because you keep on getting, of course, August is when you'll be in the new position with the new company. So I feel like that's what's coming in here. Yeah. Because you got the Eight of Swords, which is movement of thought and mind, leaving behind mindsets and thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, and setting yourself free, that which feels like it's binding you and binding you and trapping you, that there's this freedom that comes in, and also is an 8. You're so smart. See? They're just bypassing me now, and they're going directly to you going, "Look, it's an 8." So, confirmation, 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 right? So, I like it. So, that's what they have for you for those love 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and I think I had one more in between you. Yeah, I did, Maria. So, I'll go to your, I think you sent the second one before. Um, I think you did. Let me see where you sent your message here. Oh, nope, you sent another donation. Yep. So, Maria came in next in the emails, and then yours, and then Galatians, and always victory. So, just a couple more, and then we'll head into those. All right. So, Maria, thank you so much for your donation. All right. All right. So you got to talk to Roberto today. So let's take a look here and see after your conversation. So thoughts and feelings. Let's take a look here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So first we get the Two of Cups, which is about importance of relationship. It could be a romance, but it definitely is a strong relationship vibes, right? And then I went, oh my gosh, because then you got the Lovers card, which is the Two of Cups. This is like double, but this is the major arcana. So, I mean, we get these cards, and there is this energy here of that they definitely have feelings and emotions for you. At least to the very least would be significant friendship, if not more. And we've got the Three of Cups, which is joy, celebration. We've got the Empress, which is another three. So you got like two virtually same cards. And then you get two three cards: Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, sensuality, new birth and harvest, joy, celebration. So very positive cards here. And And then we get the whoa, literally it's the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all, which is hold your horses, right? It's like they're something's holding them back. And it has to do with this devil, Capricorn, Saturn energy. Saturn is the work master who comes into our life, and this is why things go to a grinding halt because they're like before you head off into things, we got some stuff to work on here before we go forward. And it you know they give us the work to do, but there's also the reward that comes if we do the work, which the work is questioning our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets and our emotions and all this popular opinion we've been given all our lives around the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts around things that just, as we talk about, just suck the air out of a relationship, and it makes the flame go "Poof," because it's all the oxygen is gone because there's all these things, all this work that has to be done just to get up to ground zero. And when we get up to that point, there's this you know um you know hardly any energy left. We're constantly looking at how things are falling short rather than having very little expectations and all this abundance, and we're living a life of abundance and things overflowing. So I feel like that's what's coming in here. They've got this draw, this connection, there's this joy, this harvest and all this, but then there's the whoa, and they're, both for you and for them, things are slowed down so you can work and release those things so that you don't bring in the type of relationships you had before with each other, that it's something higher, something newer, something higher vibrational love that will give you the relationship you're looking for rather than one that has fears in it with things you know, falling apart, right? So I feel like that is what is coming in there with those. Sorry, I didn't have it scroll down at the bottom. Let me see what you said here. Yeah. No time frame with the king of sorry, with the knight of pentacles, because it all has to do with how much you both put into that, because it's ranges. It's never hardly ever a faded exact time that things happen, especially when it has to do with the relationship of two independent souls. Each of the souls have to work on their own stuff to raise their vibration, because if one person's raising it and the other doesn't, they miss each other, or vice versa. It's both working on it that brings it together. Otherwise, it goes really slow. Yeah, I don't feel anything there. I feel like we only see the mirror of what we're looking. So when you looked at him, you were seeing yourself. So that's what happens with that devil Capricorn Saturn energy, is it makes you see, looking at yourself, um looking and going, okay, what am I afraid of? What are mindsets I can let go? What are, the fears and old emotions that I can let go of and forgive and release, and these things that I'm like I don't want to take with me, when I go in and head towards this path. I don't want to bring these things with me, and they're working on theirs independently. And the more energy we put in to focusing on our self-love and raising our love vibration, the faster things speed up. Otherwise, they continue to go slow. So that's why when people ask, "Well, any time frame?" No. It's totally dependent upon each individual, that's, where everyone's at the time and what energy they put into it, which varies from moment to moment, day to day, right? So it's like, I could give you a number, but it's going to be based on this second, which could change in 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So that is what's coming in there, Maria. I know, I know. Yeah. I'm glad you said old soul, Galatians. You didn't just say that I'm wise and old. You're too kind. Thank you. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation, Maria. Many blessings to you. All right. And love 1234. Thank you for your additional donation. So let me take a look here. Already answered one of them. Many blessings to you too, Maria. All right. So number one, number two, another one there. And number three, I feel like we've already answered, but we'll pull another card just in case. We will honor the question. All right, number one. We got the Seven of Cups. There's going to be mixed emotions around this from them. But we have the Magician card, which the Magician has to do with you managing your energy. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So if you have fears, guess what? You're going to bring that in. If you have gratitude and are, focusing in on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, then that brings you something different. The magician is the manifester. So you help this, they ultimately will choose their emotions, but you are the one that that matters within this because you draw in and you help co-create. So if you just focus in on with confidence, just that I'm not going, I don't feel, um, and you don't have to lie, is the big thing, right? We can say things like, I just don't feel well, because you don't. You have an uncomfortable feeling about going in, so that's not lying. I don't feel well, and I prefer not to go on this trip. I don't feel well. Boom, leave it at that. Well, what's wrong? I just don't feel well. Because they, well, depending on where you live, I think you're in the United States, they can't ask you. It's against the law. They're not supposed to know about your medical stuff. They have to believe you. And so that's what I feel with that one. It's just like, you know what? Having been in management, I'm like, people, if they say they're not well, then you just have to believe them. And, if you have an attendance policy, that's how you manage people in their illness and stuff, or FMLA. So there's all this kind of stuff. But I feel like the more energy you invest in fearing it instead of just confidently deciding you know what you want and you're just going to say it in a way that you're not lying, and you're just going to like I'm not going to be able to go on that trip. I just don't feel well. And um there we go. All right. And then number two. All right. Yeah. I mean, since we already used the magician card, we've got the Ace of Wands here. So a passion, we have here. We also have the Four of Pentacles, which is this feeling of home, this feeling of external stability in the outside world. And then we also have here, I keep on going back and forth. I think this is the King of Wands. Either way, if it's the Queen or the King, this is about sharing passion, sharing energy. I mean, you've got two wands energy here. So they definitely want to share passion and their passions with you. And the Four Pentacles is this stability in the outside world. So I feel like they want to share here with you that, they have the passion, and they like almost it's like, do we want to go steady? I don't know. But it feels like the stability in the outside world, and that's what they want to share. So and then number 3, I think we already answered this one. So you got the 8 of Wands. So another 8. So yes. And, it's so funny because so this, even though it's 11 here, the strength card is normally number 8 in other tarot decks. So you've got 2 number 8s. Even though it doesn't appear like it, it's still a number 8. So I like that. Too funny. All right. And I do see your additional one, which I will come back to after I complete the other 2 donations that were done in between that time. All right. I like it. I like it. All right. So thank you again, and I shall return in just a moment. All right. All right. So Galatians. So you'd like to know what Nicole's energies are towards you. So let's take a look here. So you got a good tan going, huh? And you got Lady Gaga in your head, and you're reading cards. I love it. Stop talking to yourselves. People are gonna think you're crazy. All right, so let's take a look here. And you're in New York City. I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I've been through New York City on my way uh, to other places, but never stayed there. I don't know how you can do it. I guess you have to develop a huge, even a more huge Jello mold to keep all that information from overwhelming you, huh? All right, let's take a look here. What are her emotions towards you? All right. Well, we got the Sun card here, so of course we like that, right? Very passionate, very, fiery, uh, Leo energy, right? Subconscious stuff that's going on with them, though, that, is, bubbling up a little bit. So, I do feel like there are some energies that, are being worked on in her life there because we got the 7 of Pentacles, which for me is like, you met her at the beach. That's funny. You know, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. It takes time for things to unfold. There's just this pausing in their life right now regarding moving forward. We've got the 0, the full card, which is entering. It's like being what is waiting for the fruit to grow is for them to end old cycles to begin the new ones, right? Letting go of expectations, letting go of the old ways of looking at things. And I feel like it has to do with the 4 of wands here, which I don't know if they were married or if it's like these expectations and stuff they have around relationship and marriage with the 4 of wands. I just feel like there's this combination in here of you know oh, and I feel like the 4th of July is coming up on here too. Yeah, yeah. So because we have 7-4. So I feel like the 4th of July, um, fireworks, but, I feel like there's this energy of, that they just need to let go of some old expectations, some old that like they're getting over a past relationship in that, and we got the 2 of Pentacles, which I like. It's the balancing of the outside world. So I feel like they're getting over a heartbreak. They're getting over some stuff, and maybe the 4th of July has a significance for them and for you as well coming in here. Um, yeah, I don't think they're widowed. I feel like there's just something like they had a heartbreak that they're still getting over here with. Yeah, yeah. That's funny. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So there is a new opportunity. Just be true to your authentic self. You know, like you have the two pentacles, so you got all three of the beginning pentacles, and oh, you got a A7. So you've got the here's the Nine of Pentacles. You know, being you know, like in self-sufficient and being with spirit and feeling secure in the outside world. I feel like this is more her energy of she's working on trying to define herself differently in relationship to the outside world. And the Chariot card here, beautiful, there will be movement. Maybe this is July, with the seven too of victory and this movement forward. And I feel like they're at a choice point with that two of pentacles where, but I feel there's a lot of opportunities that are coming up here. And that wasn't the nine. I was had it upside down. It's the six of pentacles. And that makes sense with them because I had it upside down, which we're turning it right side round, which this is them getting over their codependency and this need to overgive. So this does have to do with them really becoming confident in who they are in the outside world and being open to giving and receiving. But I feel like they're doing some inner work that's allowing them that interest. But I feel like with the Chariot card, there is this July energy that's coming in, and I feel like there is interest. Um, but I feel like they're just kind of wanting to take things slow with that Seven of Pentacles, because they don't want to do what they've always done and get what they've always gotten, because they realize that they've got these codependent um, enabler old tendencies, and they're just tired of it. They're just tired of doing what they've always done, getting what they've always gotten. But I feel like the sevens, there's a lot of sevens here, and 7-4 popped in there. So I feel like the 4th of July might be just the next opportunity with the weekend coming up that you guys get to hang out or see each other and just um, yeah, with the world card, letting go of old ways and also looking at new. And of course, which being a reader, everything that you're seeing in her is a trigger or a mirror for you to look at what are you fearing, what is coming up within you, so that you can also let things go that no longer serve you, right? So allows things to move forward. So I like it. All right. So that is what they have for you. So I like it. I know it didn't go into a ton of detail of what very good. Well, thank you. That I feel honored coming from you. So thank you. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then always victory, you are up, and then the additional PayPal from Love1234. And then to you, Rhonda. All right. So always victory. So how do you stop this from ever happening again? All right. So you'd like a psychic tarot. That's actually deck one. And then one from four. All right. Which is the Gateway Oracle. It's the Gateway Oracle drug. It gets you into the Oracle cards, and then you can't get out. Let's take a look here. So more understanding of the role. All right, there we go. And then how can you change the type of individual that you're drawing in the mirror, right? That's what I said after my second, third, fourth, and fifth relationship. Why do I keep drawing in the same person in someone else's body? They're like, well, let me tell you. So you've got the sacral chakra coming in with the psychic tarot, which is very, very interesting because the sacral chakra, of course, is the orange. It's the uh, sexual organs and the keywords I want, which is what we're drawing in. We were just talking about all the wands energy, right? So known as the sacral chakra, the second chakra is located 2 fingers below your navel and relates to emotions, desires, creativity, and sexuality. So to keep this chakra balanced and its energy flowing, try dancing, moving your hips and lower abdomen. Use a color meditation and practice yoga. Express your sexuality and nurture yourself. And remember, you do matter. So it's interesting because that's all the energy we talked about, right? And then your other card here, which says accepting what is. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little better here. Here we go. Beautiful flower, which says, I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Hmm. Says, accept your life in all its configurations. Know that every moment, situation, and event has profound value, right? None of it's pointless, even if it doesn't seem like it. Accept your inner majesty. Be present. You are magnificent and wondrous beyond measure. Embrace all parts of yourself. And the universe wants you to know it is an act of both power and faith to love, honor, and accept what is. At times, it can be challenging to truly accept what's occurring in your life. When you do so, however, you affirm that there's a plan for your life and that everything is working for your highest good. Accepting what is doesn't mean that you can't work to change it, because you can. It does mean that there is gentle yet profound awareness that every experience can support your highest good and spiritual evolution. If there is something you just can't accept, start by gently acknowledging the fact that you can't accept it. As you increase your own acceptance in life, this will help others be at peace in their own lives. Questions that you can ask yourself: is there anything that I'm not accepting in my life? How can I embrace myself and my life even more? Where will my life's journey take me if I truly honor every aspect of what is? So, what it is, um, that's the letting go of expectations, right? It's letting go of um, you know, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos. Loving what is. If you've ever checked out Byron Katie, she's a wonderful soul. She has a book called Loving What Is. Um, and um, it resonates here. And it's just a lot of this has to do with sexuality, which um, I'll admit to everyone, just for the sake of this, it seems like spirit is nudging me that I was a virgin until I was 29. What? But it had to do with my religious beliefs, and also that I was, attracted to men and being a good Christian boy. You just use that as an excuse anyway. But you face this thing in your life where you're like, trying to um, obey all these roles, these supposed tos, these shoulds, these need tos, these have tos, these musts that, they're from God, they're from all this. And, but if it's not, when you look at everything in our life, if it's not of unconditional love, if it's of unconditional love, it's of the creator. It has fear of rejection, failure, losing conditional love. That's of man, and it's not of the creator. And that was a big thing that had to happen. But I feel like this is a lot of this, all this sensuality, all this stuff is coming up, which was one of the hardest things. Um, to just realize that there's all these roles and supposed to's and opinions, but I get to choose. It's not that you have to, change anything, but it's about releasing all of the have to's and just loving what is in life without all these judgments around it. And I feel like that's a big piece with everything coming in here. Um, and the Six of Pentacles came up to, again, when looking at that majesty and honoring your inner majesty, about understanding your energy, your power, love of yourself, and it changes your whole awareness of, when you become that best friend and, that one on one relationship with yourself, too. Yeah. So, so a hyper jealous ex friend. But so, all the experiences, all the individuals, all this stuff, we're going to continue have these mirrors that show up. And that's what I love about Byron Katie's Loving What Is, because they have a judge your neighbor worksheet, which is an amazing worksheet. And it gives your human side an opportunity to think of a situation that really bothers you, and you just throw up on the paper and write, answer the questions. And the more truthful and honest that you are with the questions, the more it transfers and turns things around to where it really, you start to see things so differently. You get to see things so clearly, through it all, about yourself, because you realize everything that you think everyone on the outside is doing or not doing has to do with what we're doing and not doing for ourselves. And it's freeing because you start to realize, like, what did you say? It was a hyper jealous ex friend. So it's like when we point and go, they are hyper jealous, then how am I hyper jealous? Maybe not about them, but when I look in that mirror and see that hyper jealousy that really irritates me, well, where's the hyper jealousy going on inside of me? And you can find it because it's there. If we recognize it in someone else, we recognize it within us. So if you can, if it interests you, I really feel like looking into Byron Katie, and she has a free website, thework.com, that has the worksheets and videos, and even on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel, amazing, life changing information. So that is what is coming in for you right now. Always victory. So I feel like that will help if that resonates for you, with everything that's mentioned. All righty, and I think, let me just make sure here. So we did that one, and always victory. That was that question, and then yeah, and then I believe love 1 2 3 4. I'm starting to bounce back and forth. So you had sent me this question, and then we go to Rhonda. Okay, here we go. So love 1 2 3 4. In what way? Will it be weird? Weird. Let's take a look here. Only as weird as you want it to be, right? Yeah. Yeah. Because we've got here the 5 of Cups, which is it's not wrong to feel weird if you want it to feel weird, but the 5 of cups is, the changing of emotion. We can feel a certain way, but because usually someone's like crying over 3 spilt cups, but behind them is the 2 cups, which is the power of emotional choice. So you get to choose what emotions you want to feel, and everyone else will get to choose what they want to feel. And we can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or love, but ultimately they're going to do what they want anyway. So, you know, we don't need to try to influence everyone to choose happiness or whatever. People are going to choose what they're going to choose, and they're on their own journeys, right? You have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is new opportunity opening up to really look at this. And I love this opportunity for you to be able to choose what you're wanting to feel in this moment. It's very empowering when you release control of the universe, the emotional universe. But a bunch. So, and you have got the death card, death and rebirth, and you've got the 2 of swords here. Again, this is their going back and forth between ending your employment or not. But also, here's the mental choice. Everyone gets to choose what thoughts they want to choose. And there's nothing that you can do to absolutely guarantee that no matter what you do, people are going to think what they're going to think. Again, I like this. You had the new opportunity of emotions, and here's a new opportunity of making mental choices too, of allowing yourself to not sacrifice yourself and trust your gut instincts, right? And you have the 6 of wands, which is a victory card, which is a being seen, being noticed, which is good. It's a positive card. But all of this, I like it because, there comes a time in our life when we put our okay, how you what? They're saying something weird about putting your talk with your walk. And it's like, you know what? I can, that I don't have to do anything I don't wanna do, and if I don't feel right about this, then I can say it, and whatever the repercussions of it, it's like I'm okay to live with that, because you don't want the job anyway, right? You're like, "What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?" And I like this endings and beginnings and opportunities to make your mental and emotional choices that I get to choose what story I put to it, what emotions I feel. Everyone else gets to choose to do the same, but that doesn't mean, um, you know, any of that. So it's like there's this reckoning of I don't need to take on the fears of everyone else's choices, mental choices, emotional choices, energetic choices, that I get to be responsible for, me, just for me. And what choices I make, I sweep in front of my own door, not try to sweep in front of everyone else's, right? And I get to see this and I get to choose. And it's like, no matter what comes my way, when I remember that I have the power, that I choose what story I put with my thoughts to a situation, I choose what emotions I feel, I choose what energy I put forward, and also what, actions I do. And that's it. People are going to try to make me, this is their opinion. Well, thank you very much, but it's my life and I'm gonna live, according to my own, right? So I feel like this is a time of you putting your talk in your walk is how your guides are saying it. Of course, why would they wanna do anything here? And they want you to remember, you have the 8 of Pentacles coming. I think you've got the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, you got the number 8. So, I like it, I like it. And it's not and I'm not yeah, emphasis on the 8. And I'm not, you know, I'm not irritated. That's your guides, just trying to really bring it home of the power that you have, and I like it. So that is what they have for you. So I like that for you. Many, many blessings to you. All right, you're in Virginia. Oh, cool. All right. So I think that is where we're at there. So let me scroll down here. And Rhonda, thank you for your donation. And let's see here. Okay. All right. So I'm just reading what you wrote here. All right. Yeah, we can definitely take a look at that. Oh, you're so kind. Now I'm reading your kind words. All right. Yes, everyone matters. Okay, I like it. I like it. I just want to make sure there wasn't anything else here. All right, very good. Yay! In Missouri. I think my one of my oldest cousins lives in. Well, she's like younger than me, but like the older cousins. All right, love you too. All right, so let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now to help you through this wonderful adventure that you're having? All right, one step at a time. And um, I'm going to let you choose a oracle card between 1 and 9, or 1 through 9. Um, and you get to choose one there. But you have one step at a time here. So we'll see here. All right. So, Rhonda, you do have the Six of Wands. And I like this because this is, like you were saying, you've been making progress. You're on this journey. You're transforming things. You're seeing things completely different. And the Six of Wands here is Spirit saying that they recognize it, that they have seen and they're with you every second. And even though sometimes you feel like you're going at it alone, and that other people don't see everything that you've gone through, um and that you do, and the energy you put forward, they're like, we see it all the time, and they're giving you high fives all around. So the Six of Wands is like this recognition for you regarding that. I like this, that you've got like 6, 8, 4, 7. So instead of like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they're like, why would it's like doing hopscotch and going backwards and jumping and all those things, because why do it in order? Why would you want to do it in order? That's boring, right, Rhonda? So you're like, okay, start here, and then I leap here, and then I leap back here, and then I leap down here, and then I leap up here, and then I'm back here. So I like it. So that's starting off there. And then next up, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which the Eight of Pentacles does tell you that you're doing the work, you're putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and you are seeing the progression in the outside world coming, and you will see it come to fruition more and more and more and more. So trust that things are unfolding, and that everything you're doing is not in vain, that you will see movement forward here really soon. I feel like 8 is an August, type of thing, that you're going to see significance in the movement in August here. And then the next step you have is the Four of Cups. And, the Four of Cups here is that you've got, It's emotional stability, which we like, and it's also that this is the, 3 cups that have not fulfilled you in the past, and that sometimes I know it's like we're like, "Well, if I could just go back to the way things were, maybe I'd have been happy if I wouldn't have made some changes." And then you go back and you think about it and you go, "Oh, no, 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 no. No, I'm glad I've made the choices where I'm going." Just, um, because they were empty and they didn't fulfill you, and they never will. And so this journey of self-love that you're on the inside is what it's about. Because the next card after that was the Hanged Man, which is the, caterpillar going, in the cocoon, and there's this holding period, seeing things from a different perspective, but this transformation that you're headed through. And I like it, because the caterpillar, once they build the cocoon and they start to have, their they start to become liquid, it's part of the process. They're letting parts of themselves go and they're feeling different and weird, but it's part of the process. It's part of what's unfolding. And then when the butterfly wings are there and you struggle to get out of the cocoon, that's what builds your wing muscles. But then you're like, the butterfly doesn't get out of the cocoon and go, "Oh, I want to rip off these wings and crawl on the forest floor again and just eat leaves and get smushed by, kids running through the forest." It's like, "No, I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to fly." So I feel like they're, just remembering, your butterfly. What are they showing? Your butterfly vision board. Create a vision board with butterflies. It's like, this is who I am on the verge of coming out of the cocoon as, and it's worth the transformation, and I like it. We've got the 7 of cups, which is emotional confusion, which we can get when we're feeling like, we're are like a caterpillar when it feels its outer layers dissolving and it's no longer being contained the way it was before. When you're expanding, it's a new feeling, new emotions, and it feels uncomfortable, but they're good feelings that will end up coming in. So hopefully that helps there. And the deck number 3 that you chose is the Higher Self Oracle. So that they started off talking about how proud they are. I am ready for this. That's right. You're gonna be a glow in the dark butterfly, like a phoenix butterfly. I like it. Yeah. Like glowing in the dark, right? So you got the success card here. Look at this. I am sunshine. You are. It's like it's coming out from your insides out, right? Just as you were saying here. I love it. You're so funny. All right. And there's a quote here from Barbara Corcoran that says, "Don't be afraid to fail. It's proof you'll soon be successful. Your soul is on a mission to bring about your desires, and your higher self acknowledges you've been working very hard to manifest them." Boom. I don't make it up. I just don't make it up. And it says, turn the page here. If you're doubting whether the path you're on will bring you success, the simple answer is yes. This card comes to tell you that success is guaranteed. If you're still working towards your dream, stay the course and don't give up. All will work out as it should, and you will succeed. Keep in mind the following as you work towards success. First, success begins in the mind. You must embody a mentality of success in order to achieve. If you think you can, then you will. And if you think you can't, then you won't. Avoid self sabotage by not focusing your mind on the potential difficulties and defeat. Shift your mindset and vibration to one of infinite potential, accomplishment, and victory. And then, second, recognize that all roads to success are paved with obstacles and unexpected delays. Refrain from believing that these are signs you should walk away from what you're building. These are placed on your path to help you refine your vision. Third, remain in a state of detachment as you progress along the path towards success. This does not mean you should pretend not to care about the goal you wish to achieve. Rather, it means that on the journey, relinquish the need for it to manifest a certain way, since you cannot control how it will come about. And last, one of the spiritual laws of success is the law of giving. The universe operates in a constant flow of giving and receiving, and we actively participate in its rhythm by giving back, which contributes to our own success. Your higher self requests that to allow abundance to circulate in your life, remember to give to others, whether it's an act of kindness, generosity, a prayer, or help in some form. This card indicates that if you are on the cusp of completing a project, all of your hard work and perseverance will finally pay off. You will finally receive the rewards you've earned and acknowledgement and recognition from your community. Give gratitude for what it is you're about to receive. Boom, you got this. I love it. Wow. Talk about a what do they call those? It's like, well, thanks, coach. It's definitely one of those, you got this, and very much affirmations there, right? I love it. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hiccup, moving it up. Boom, boom, boom. You're so funny. Absolutely. I love it, Rhonda, Rhonda, Rhonda. And thank you for giving me a donation. That's part of your giving and receiving. So, boom, boom, boom. I love it for you. And what a perfect message. And much love to you, my friend. And I am so happy for the message for you. All righty. So we will continue to move down the list here. Let me just make sure where I was at here. All right. All right. So Galatians 6:7, you were up next. And you said question below. Oh, right there. So you met Nicole at the beach. Her mother. Oh, what did the mother say? I like it. All right, let's see what we got here. And thank you for your additional donation, by the way. If I did not thank you already, or even if I did, thank you again. All right. So I think she did like you because we got the 8 of cups. I almost feel like with the 8 of cups, and normally, of course, the strength card is normally number 8 too, right? But in this case, it's 11. But we got the strength card in the 8 of cups. 8 of cups, I feel like mom was saying, you need to leave behind those emotions and those people that no longer serve you. You need to get a move on because there's this, I feel like this is, finding the inner strength. And you've got the chariot too, which is happiness and joy and moving forward in victory. So I feel like they were like, kind of telling them they need to get it together and get moving here because there's an opportunity. So I kind of feel like, um, again, I feel like she's like getting over someone, and I feel like it's been long enough where mom's like, "All right, let's go." 'cause here's the we got the 2 the 2 of, swords, cl ask telling her to close her mind and open her heart, and here's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So mom's definitely there. Rebirth, she's all about the rebirth, and, I feel like there's this energy coming in here of them, "Let's go, let's go, let's go," that's coming in there, so, um, I like that. So that is what, I feel is coming in here. Very positive cards here, victory cards, strength. But I feel like that, with that, Leo energy, I feel like, again, sun energy, for the beach, right? But also that she saw your inner strength and she thought that, you'd be good for her to help her, kind of get a move on as well. So I like it. I like it. I like it. Positive things there. I feel like I want to um, pull a lover's oracle card here. These little heart ones. I just want to see what comes through here. All right. Well, let me show you this card side first here. Beautiful card. So I do mom is your secret admirer. Sorry, I don't know if it can do that if it's clear there, but it says someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. So I feel like that's like just a humorous way of them saying that, yeah, you got a secret admirer and mom coming in there. So I like it. I like it. You're very welcome, Rondo. You're funny, Galatians. That's a real man there. There you go. It's the strength card, right? You're so funny. All right. So that's what they have for you, Galatians. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Cheery. Thank you for your multiple donations there. And I don't think, no, I did not do any of yours yet, I believe. And so that would have been way up above. Yeah, no, I haven't even started the free readings yet. um, so yeah, I didn't get to yours yet. The guidance on your manifestation. See if there's any others as I scroll down here. All right. You're funny. Italian boy from New York City. You're so funny. Hey, that's what I did enough crying in my life. I like laughing at stuff instead too, so I like it, Galatians. All right. So let's take a look here, Churi. So first question was guidance on your manifestation. So that's that. All right. And then you have question 2 and question 3. So we will get to those. So we'll do this one first here. So, all right. All right. So I like this that you've got these first 2 cards here. You've got the 2 of wands, which has to do with your power of energy, and the 6 of wands, in a way, this is like recognition, but there's the flow of energy that I feel with these 2 cards, that are coming in here. So, as part of manifestation, it's like they're saying continue to focus on your energy and on this, um, in each moment where what are we focusing on? Because we know we're co-creative. Wherever we're focusing on our energy in the moment is what we're growing and expanding. And so the more that we focus on the higher vibrational, we'll draw on the higher vibrational things, and we draw in manifestation sooner as well. So, being aware of that, and I know we've talked about probably because I used to talk about it like all the time about setting an alarm on your phone because we're taught a habit of focusing in on our fears, what's missing, what we hate in our lives, or what we don't want to come in, and then we're drawing it in and ejecting things and doing all that stuff, right? So, so we've got this, energy that's coming in, and we can have an alarm on our phone every waking hour or half hour, however you feel. How fast you want to change the habit and manifest is to focus on gratitude and gratitude and gratitude more and more and more and more, right? So I feel like that's an important piece of that. And the other thing here has to do with manifesting the 10 of Pentacles of fulfilling full life. And it comes back to another six here with the Six of Pentacles, the equal giving and receiving. And I know we've talked about going back to the earlier childhood and releasing those, needs to, that out of balance giving and receiving, that 7-year-old and younger had, where we go back and we think of who was it that I felt like I had to give so much to and couldn't ever get hardly anything back. It's about adjusting that. And we adjust it by forgiving and releasing that person and understanding that they did the best they could when they were, because it's basically our civilization is children raising children, raising children, raising children. No one ever really grows too fast, and they just keep passing down things from each generation before they've had a chance to really evolve and heighten themselves. They've already passed on the stuff to the next generation already. And so when we look at our humans and, all of that, and we're looking at, where we're investing all that energy, that we can release all that stuff and we can balance those things out. Well, I feel like, you know, it's coming up here again. So I feel like maybe look at how you balanced it and how sincere it was. I feel like if it was multiple people, I feel like you did most of them. I feel like there's maybe one more person that might need a little more forgiveness, a little release of wrath, a little bit of understanding that they did the best they could. Because if you can imagine their childhood and see it in your third eye, or dream about it in your case, and then you're just like, "Oh, wow." Because like my dad, he wasn't around a whole lot with me growing up, but I realized his dad was gone in World War II. He was hardly home. He was raised by his grandmother. Like his mom, um, went and dropped him off as a baby at his grandma's house, and his mom left his dad while he was away at war, ran away with someone else, and he didn't feel like he belonged, right? And I'm like, when I stopped making it about me and my abandonment issues, and I looked at his, and I looked at my mom being the oldest of 10 kids, and I just saw their lives, and I was like, wow. I saw them as little children, and I saw how they struggled to get attention from their parents and never got it. And then how their parents and how their parents and how their parents, and it just went and went and went, that it was just really life changing. I feel like there's just a little more with that card that can be released with that. So that's what I feel with that one. All right. And then question two. So you gather emotions from your dream. How can you stop it? Always it's holding you back from moving forward. When you go up from your sleep, you're always in a fight or flight mode. Real, right? Don't. She wakes up being grumpy. Um, I think so, Maria. I do see a PayPal there, but there's several other donations ahead of you yet. So I do see one, but I believe you're after these other ones. Yeah, because I see here you say, okay, you just PayPal'd, but I've got two more for Cherry and two more for Always Victory, and then yours, and then Cherry's additional one. So I know. I'll need to come back to that one, Cherry. I'm just to honor everyone else's donations too, because everyone's patiently waiting as you patiently waited. And so we'll come back to that here. All right. So how can you not bring in emotions back from your dreams? Okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. I see here. Yeah, because you definitely have your 9 of Wands and 7 of Wands. And 7 of Wands is the defensiveness and, um, that you feel coming out, like you feel attacked in your dream and you come out of it ready to fight, right? And the 9 of Wands here is about, I feel like this is about putting a ball of energy around you before you go to sleep. And when you surround yourself with like this beautiful glowing ball of energy. And here's the sun card, circling yourself in this huge ball of light. And just know that as you're going into it, that when you're talking to your subconscious and your inner child and your spirit guides and everyone to go, okay, I want to feel loved and protected as I go in here. Allow me to just be an observer and not take on all my emotions. I feel like setting forward this intentions before you go to sleep allow you to go in with energy that keeps you in this spot of like you're driving by on a like a train watching things. You're not out there but you're observing it, like on a train ride. And you can even, make it look like that way as you're going in, going, "All aboard, here we go. I'm staying on the train. I'm safe on the train. I'm just observing. I'm not taking any of these emotions with me." But, we've got the death and the rebirth, and part of what happens with our dream world is that things are triggered for us, and even if you come out I feel like if you do a lot of that beforehand, it'll happen a lot less. But there could still be times where it does happen because we need to feel emotions to process them. And sometimes if we're pushing them down below and we won't feel them in the conscious world, that's where our subconscious and the dream world come in, is they'll bring it into our dream time for us to feel it because we feel safer doing it there than feeling them in the outside world. And even though you're coming out of a dream feeling as soon as you breathe, as soon as you take deep breaths, if you thank, you know, um, you know, spirit and them say, thank you for allowing me to release these emotions. I won't have to feel those again. If you realize it's a process and a tool, it's not a punishment. Um, but I feel if you go in there in, um, you know, it's almost like they're showing me Disneyland when I was a kid, and there was like the jungle ride, and you were in like a little, you just went along the river and you saw everything on the shores. And every once in a while, a hippo came out of nowhere. It's mechanical, right? Whirr, it's so fake back in the day when I was there. And you're just like, oh, you're startled for a moment, but most of it's on the shores where you feel safe because you're in the water and they can't get to you. So I feel like that could possibly help with that if that resonates. Thanks, Galatians. All right. So that was the number 2, and then I saw your number 3 question here. Whoops, somewhere. There it is. And then number 3 is what have you lost about yourself, your character, because you feel unsafe and unsecured after kindling you tried. Okay. So we've got the 3 of swords here, which is, of course, heartbreak and disappointment and, you know, card coming in. You've got the King of Cups, which is balancing of the heart and mind. And I feel like what they're saying here is, like, before, I almost feel like you felt like you might have been balanced before. Like, you felt like, "Well, I kind of feel like maybe I have life figured out a little bit," and then here comes this wrench in there, and it blows everything up, and you're like, "Okay, life isn't like I thought it was at all," and this is what I here's, like, you diving in, the Ace of Cups, "I'm gonna dive into my self-love," and it's like, it just changed things. It's like you that we have and this is human, right? We have this misconception like, "Oh, I got this life figured out," and then, something comes and knocks us off the fence, and we're like, "Oh, okay. I guess I don't see this, quite as I thought." So, I feel like, you know, what you've lost about yourself and your character a little bit is the false self-confidence that we had, which that's why you feel unsafe and insecure because the inner child, when it thinks it has everything under control, like I got it all in control, I feel safe, then we don't go into fight or flight mode. But when the inner child feels out of control and unsafe, that's what triggers it into fight or flight mode. So, part of this is to get the balance back between the heart and the mind, which is about connecting to the higher love, the self love, because this, this feeling of being out of control and falling short, it's because there's this sense of unconditional love that hasn't been anchored yet because we will feel our inner child will feel unsafe and out of control when it's looking for its worth in relationships, situations, and things of the outside world. And that's when it feels like, oh my gosh, we're unstable. We're on a out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode. But when we turn inward and upward to this self love, which is the unconditional love, no conditions, nothing we can do to lose it, eternal, it never ends. When this becomes our foundation, then we get this balance that comes in. And there's this, you get the Six of Cups, which is balanced, emotions, but we also have the star card, which is this sense of hope, this connection, the sense of balance of all the chakras, because there's 7 stars which represent the 7 chakras, and the star card is connecting to our higher selves. When we realize and we're connected to that um, of who we really are, um, our um, true selves, the actor behind the character, right? This is just a character, that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love that we are. then we, go through this transformation. We go through this change of that the outside world starts impacting us less and less and less and less and less because it's not our foundation, it's not our anchor. I have a free YouTube series on my channel. If you go to my playlist, it's like the fourth or fifth one down series. It's you times two, which is getting to know the two of us there and the how we can learn to walk together with our actor and our powerful self, and that could help your inner child feel safe, because that's who's the one that's freaking out. They're the ones that throw us, yeah, out of the out of the door. And here's the Four of Pentacles, this feeling of stability in the outside world where you feel safe and secure. You're not afraid of the things. The Four of Pentacles is the exact what I just explained, how it's the whole journey of defining ourselves by the outside world. We feel unstable, but when we turn inward and upward, that's where we find a firm foundation in it. So that is what's coming in there, Cheery. Let me just close my blinds here. So hopefully that helps. And feel free to, that's a free series too. So you can check it out. Yeah, our past confidence, it's a false self-confidence before we have our spiritual awakening, because our little human ego goes, "I got this. I got it all figured out," and it's like boom, that happens. So and then we're like, "Oh wow, I don't have it as figured out as I thought I did." And it's like, nope, the world is so much bigger than the little human that we are, thinking we have it all figured out, right? So I like it. Yeah, you can donate again, Galatians. Let's see here. I've got Always Victory, and then one from Maria, I believe, and then Cherry's follow-up question. So there's four. All right. So again, thank you so much for your multiple donations, Cherry. And I'll get to your follow-up question there here in a moment. All right. So always victory. Let's see here. All right. Very good. All right. So here. So what does Elle want from you in this situation? Will sending her love make things better, or should you just transmute everything with the violet flame? Oh, great question. So what does she want from you? Will sending her love make the situation better? Or is it for your highest experience or everyone's highest experience just to burn her with the violet flame? I'm just kidding. I know what you mean. All right. So what does she want from you? Mm, so high priestess, it's like stepping away, being alone, really evaluating thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and emotions. And the Five of Cups is this transmutation of their own emotions. And I feel like they are, what do they want from you? They're just, I feel like they're in, it's like they want to be left alone, but they also want help in getting past these emotions. They're tired of crying over and focusing on, and having all their emotions, all these lower vibrational emotions just blam, blam, blam. They just feel like they're always growing bigger. So, it makes sense that they're mixed emotions themselves, like, leave me alone, but help me, but leave me alone. It's like a cat, pet me with your eyes. So I feel like there's this energy that comes in with that. So, I understand why you're like, what does she want from me? um there. And then, will sending her love make things better? Yeah, I feel like that's what needs to happen here, because she's going through the devil card. This is being shaken and rattled. There's nothing, this is her journey, having her chains rattled, so she's aware of what's going on. So the only thing that you can do here with the Knight of Wands is send a lot of energy. This is, fast moving, a lot of energy. So yeah, sending her loving energy will help her with her journey. You can't. It's like you can't. Your spirit guides are always so funny because they're like, you can't go and take the test for him. Ooh, lightning. Yeah, you can't do it. Bam, because you can't um, go take a test for them, but you can give them a juice box to give them some refreshment while they're taking the test to help them through it, but you can't take it for them. So I like that. Um, yeah, and then they're like, no, should you transmute everything with a violent flame? For you, they're saying Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. You focus your energy on you, and you just can spend your energy taking care of you. You can send love to them, but you don't need to feel responsibility for their choices, their emotional choices, mental choices, energetic choices. Just can send them love like a juice box and then go about your own journey. So I like that for you. Freedom. Oh, sorry. I just now read your you wanted another card from deck 4 and some tarot. um so it will pull a oracle from deck 4 since I just gave you all your tarot. And the gateway oracle. Let's see what else they have to say about this here. Ooh, spooky. I love hearing thunder though. Just when it's not blasting like a shotgun outside my window. Yeah. See, this is for you, soaring into joy, which says, childlike wonder fills my life. Yep, here we go. Celebrate and live life with glee. Clap your hands in delight. Be madcap and spontaneous. All is truly well. And the universe wants you to know to allow a childlike wonder and joy to fill your entire being. Your happiness makes a difference to others, for as you experience true delight, this radiates out from you like ripples in a still pool and touches the souls of many. Take time for yourself. Find ways to experience joy in every moment, that Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, even when doing the most mundane, boring, or gritty tasks. Look for ways to feel genuine happiness. If you have trouble finding pleasure in certain situations, start small and eventually you will soar. To feel joyful is a gift. It rejuvenates you and heals the world. It does. That's one of the biggest things that we all can do. It's like, what can I do to help the world? Transform our own love higher and higher and higher. That helps the whole collective love and it changes the world. Questions you can ask yourself: what gives you the greatest pleasure? What might be blocking my joy? What's the key to experiencing more bliss in my life? Things that make us go, right? All right. So those are for that. And then, oh, okay. You're sending more money because you feel like the question was loaded, but really just trying to understand her perspective. Okay. Yeah, we can dig a little more into that too, always. Let me see here. Stop trying to ruin your life, torturing people for years. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would do it. Wow. Yeah, because it's hard for them to jump in while you're doing the jump rope, right? Also, the whole energy when I'm focusing on fear and what someone's doing wrong and what I hate about someone and what they do, what am I doing? I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy them stabbing in my back and trying to burn my house down and trying to do this and trying to do that. And I love, seeing how they're, destroying their friendships and everything. So can I see more of that? That's what we do when we focus on it, right? But when we start focusing, what am I grateful for in them? What am I grateful for in my life? What am I, joy, focusing on joy, celebration, laughter, then that all expands on my life and this stuff falls away, right? So I like that. And I'm going to get nosy just for a moment, see what spirit will allow us. Okay. I just want to see what's at the core here. What pain? Because people who, are, emotionally intelligent and compassionate and loving are not in fear. That's when we're in unconditional, right? And then when we are like, we're in fear, then it's the 2-year old and the pet cat, right? And that's the stuff that's happening. And so when people act the way they do, it's fear. It's what's happening, they're in, you know, this great amount of fear that's happening. So I just wanted to see if they would tell us. Yeah. Hmm. So they have been a victim themselves and they're still in that role here because they play the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. But eventually they can transform where they prevent themselves from being victimized or victimizing others. So, they did shows here, to be here and experience those things, but it's their fears that is coming in. And that's why they're acting the way they did. They evidently were victimized. That's when they got the attention that they needed when they were younger. And so it's like they had to compete. I wouldn't even doubt if they were an abused child or a middle child where the only attention they could get is the negative, and so that's what they live for now because they know it's the ones that they don't have to compete for, and they are going through the hanged man. They are going through transformation. I feel like they're um, going to be moving into that. I love the hope of that with this transformation. That's confirmation that they're going to be beginning this movement from the from the shadow side of their victimhood into the lighter side. Um, and So there is hope there. So um, sending love to them is the thing there. I actually think those are fireworks now that I hear it. It's 4th of July weekend, starting evidently a few days early. So sorry if you guys can hear it sounds like it's echoing like right in the corridor here. All right. So hopefully that helps. Love, 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 love. And then that, doesn't draw the lower vibrational energy. It draws in the higher vibrational energy for you as well. So I like it. Alrighty. And again, thank you so much for your multiple donations there. Um, so that was that one. That was that one. I think Maria was next. So I skipped over you. No, okay, there you are. I was like, oh no. Hopefully I didn't skip ahead. But so we do have that one here. All right. So you are back. Um just to make sure here. All right. So you wanted to know Roberto's feelings right now. And before I go any further here, let me just need to screenshot these. Just don't want to lose that. Sometimes when I get to around 2 hours, some of the upper stuff starts disappearing. And I want to try to get to some free ones eventually. But I didn't want it to go bye-bye. All right, there we go. All right. Right. So Maria, what about more about Roberto and their thoughts? So what are they thinking? Really want to go into their mind, huh? You are brave. So let's take a look here and see what is going on in their noggin. So you got two sets of three here. Wow, three major arcana to start off. Boom. So they're going through some major thinking here. We've got the moon card, which does have to be about diving deep into the unconscious and things below the surface. Because we also have the world card here, which is about ending old cycles and beginning of new things, coming in. And the temperance card, which is transformation in a way, because, with the two cups, with it going back and forth, um, it does. Let's see if it'll get it to focus. Anyway, it is going in between the two. There it goes, between the two cups, which is transformation. It's the tempering is the base metal turning into the gold. So there is this patience, there is this time that they're taking, because they are doing a lot of inner thinking and transformation, which is good. We like that for him here. Yeah, and it does have to be around here. They've got a lot of fears. I think we already talked about that a little bit. The Three of Swords is expectations equal disappointment. These feelings of heartbreak that they experienced in the past that they don't want to feel again, but they're realizing, they're pulling the swords out of their heart to realize that it was fear that was pricking their heart, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing a conditional love. And I feel like it had to do with marriage. We have the Four of Wands here, which can be a marriage card. And I feel like with this combination, I feel like, I mean, it's almost like these feelings of like, I was left at the altar. I went and they didn't show up, and they sent someone in to say, I don't want to get married. It's that kind of scene that they're showing me in my head here. And they do. They want to go from the world card here is the last card, whoops, in the major arcana here, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of a new life, a new world. And here's the first card in the major arcana, which is where they're wanting to head to. And they want to be able to start off an adventure free of all these expectations and fears and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and musts and all those types of things. So I feel like, a lot of what's going on in their thoughts, you're like, what about me? What are they thinking about me? I feel like they're more focused on thinking about them. They want to do these things. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, we've got the high priestess who's pulled back, connecting upward, going behind the veil, diving deep. So again, this energy of kind of in this little shield, or like they're in this surgical room with their heart open, working on their heart, and so they can't let other people in because it needs to be a clean room, right? Where only surgeons, sterile things coming in, because I can't have my heart infected. And so they have this guard up that they're working on those things. So I feel like that's why they kind of, if you feel like you're being kept outside of a forest field in a way, and that they're not feeling it's because they have to have their heart numbed while they're pulling the swords out and while they're having heart surgery. And that's, if you kind of just think of it as that they're having heart surgery, then you're like, oh, that's why they're not really responding the way I think that they, need to be. Um, I think that's the thing that you kind of just need to know, if that makes sense. So, you're having heart surgery. Can send them a get well card. I hope you get well soon. What do you mean? Oh, I heard you're having heart surgery. What? No, never mind. Don't do that. You don't want to trigger them. But that's what's coming in. So, I feel like that's what's coming in. They just, when I'm pushing to find out, well, what do they think about you? It's all it's like all focused on them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Galatians, yeah, right. So funny. Yeah, I just don't, yeah. And again, even when I push for it, I get they're trying to balance their heart and their mind. Okay, fine. Yeah, just time. It just takes some time to recover, to work out, and then allowing it. But, as we always say, when someone else is taking a long time or taking time on their heart surgery, this is the perfect time for us to go, oh, well, if you're taking time for that, then this is the perfect time for me to, you know, because I don't need to have my heart available because yours isn't. So let me do my heart surgery. Let me let go of thoughts and beliefs and emotions and people and whatever no longer serves me, right? So whenever we're going, okay, so when are they going to be ready? It's like, well, you don't know, but all you know is that you want to be ready. So the more we can raise our self love, the more we can open up, that too. So, yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, it's all about time, but the more I always like to say, the more we work on ourselves, the faster things speed up. So, the more intention, the more time that we put into moving our self love higher and connecting more to the higher love, the faster things move as well. Because the pause is happening for us, right? So, I like it. All right. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All righty. Galatians, you're horrible. All right. So, Cheery, I believe you were up next here with your follow up question. So, yeah, that was the who is this out of balanced blah, blah, blah person, right? Let's take a look here and see who that was. I have a feeling. No kidding, right? I have a feeling. Wow, all these sevens. Seven sevens, well, two sevens. Let's see, and 11 and 9. Okay. And I want to pull here from these archetype cards and see if they can give us like part of the personality of the person um, can stand out here. So it's someone that kind of, I don't know, was perceived as an angel in a way. Like they're giving to a lot of people. It's like the shadow attribute, which is the lower energy of it, is when they would act innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming well, that piece isn't there. I feel like it's more that they would help other people, and they were always helping others, but they were so busy helping everyone else that they weren't helping you. We've got two sevens here, and I'm not sure if the two sevens mean anything to you here about with a date of birth or significance here. But I just feel like, um yeah, yeah, it's not really. And that's a great question. It's not really the person, it's what we're perceiving that we're receiving or not receiving from them. So it tells us more of the person and the situation because we're always going to see them through our eyes anyway, right? Um, and I feel like it was someone who was strong. I almost feel like I'm not sure if it feels very masculine, like it was dad or grandpa. It just feel like it was like that type of energy where it's someone who was very absent, like, because they were taking care of everyone else, and then you were like, "Well, I wanna be taken care of too," and, it's whoever this is that you gave so much to, but then kind of almost to the feeling of feeling abandoned, because it with this card coming in, it feels like someone who was off helping people either in their job or in, family or friends or community. It was like they were so outwardly helpful that they forgot about home. They figured, well, almost it feels like, oh, okay. Ding, ding, ding. You're like, oh, and the ugh, there we are, right? So that explains it, right? So we definitely have that coming in there. So yeah, there might be just a little bit of um, you know, reflection there that you know, um because you'll know if there's still an ugh feeling and if there's not a compassionate feeling toward them, then there's still not it's still not forgiven, right? It's still the inner child is still going, "No, we are holding them responsible for their actions," instead of going, "You know what? We're no longer gonna be a vessel of pain because of someone else's words or actions or non-words and non-actions, and, we're gonna be a vessel of love, so we're gonna forgive them. We're gonna let the wrath go. We're gonna understand and allow compassion. We're not gonna forgive what was done because 'cause we're not gonna allow that to ever happen again, but we're gonna forgive the person and go, "Okay, you know what? I know why. I can see that they, you know, their childhood was no better than yours, if not worse." And it's like, "Okay." So they only did what they knew how, which was you know, that I didn't get abused by him maybe if they didn't, it's like it could have been so much more worse because of how their childhood was. So they stepped it up a half step, okay, that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's like, okay, you know what? I'm releasing them from the wrath. Um, but so that's what's coming in there. So now we know who it is. I feel like there's still if there's the ugh there, until it feels like this 10 of cups where it's filling up with emotion and overflowing, like, "Oh, okay." Then but I feel like there might just be a little with the ugh, there might just be a little bit of more, um, transformation in those emotions, that allows it to change there. So you crack me up, Cherry. Thank you so much for your additional donation. I'm going to continue on here. Thank you again. Uh, too funny. All right. And let's see here. Um, I think I had one more PayPal. Okay. So let's take a look here. Just want to make sure I'm going in order here, but so I did that one. You guys are so funny. Okay. Okay, so actually Galatians, you were up next, and then Love 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got it, got it, got it. All right. So Galatians, you have dreams and they come true. The dreams are symbolic. You had a dream the first night you met Nicole. She was using Uh-oh. Okay. Let's take a look here. Oh, thank always victory. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what this dream was about here. All right. So you've got the 7 of cups here, which is about this. It's like, how normally it can be like emotional confusion, but sometimes it can also represent like a variety of emotions, a variety of sensations or wishes to come true, right? And then we also have the 6 of swords, which is this movement, leaving behind fears and moving into you know, new directions, leaving old ways of thinking behind and moving into new ways of thinking. And we got the Emperor, Aries energy, this new beginning, this new passion, this new fire. And of course, for me, the Emperor also is, they have all their advisors around them, all the blah blah blah, and it's about them standing up and really deciding what they want and what they want to do or not want to do. um, and so I feel like there's this curiosity um, of trying to understand what it is that you're wanting because it's different. Um, and it's because you're different. The Knight of Cups here is movement of thought and belief in, or of emotion, movement of emotion. Sometimes it's the romantic, the playa, this romantic, walk riding in on the knight offering the love. But the 9 of wands here, the 9 is this inner journey, and here's the wand. This is this power, this where there might have been energetic blocks before, there's this change that's happening, you know. There's this, um, 6 of pentacles, this equal giving and receiving, this opening up of oneself in a way. So I almost feel like there's this vulnerability that's coming here, coming in with these cards. It just feels very, I don't know, it just feels like you've been working on these emotions within you for a while. And I feel like where before, yeah, I know, got to keep it PG in here. um, yeah. So it's this there's this, energy whenever you have dreams, of course, like you have them that come true, but there's this aspect of our subconscious, of our spirit team and inner child and all of this, that when we're not conscious, it's our time for them to work through things. And I feel like this one isn't so much a come true type of dream as it is and working things out. And I feel like they're showing me that everyone in the dream was you in a different disguise, and it's about you understanding what you're wanting out of life, and it's coming up in this in this different way. I feel like I need to pull a oracle card here. Oh yeah, and let's do the dream weaver's oracle. That sounds perfect. Let's see what more guidance here, because I feel like it's not so much about them as it is about yourself. I just feel like everyone in the movie was all about you. Hmm, interesting. So this one here is card 35. It says, all the threads of fate must bend. Let's see what this comes in here. Yeah, it's about being flexible, cultivating resilience and adaptability. There's no such thing as a situation that is perfectly set in one state of being. Nothing difficult and painful will remain that way forever, and nothing joyous and free will remain in the same expression forever either. Imagine the weaving of the threads of fate in the tapestry of life. The threads must bend and move as they are pliable, supple, not meant to be rigid sticks. Life is the same way. Your experience of life now requires you to be adaptable to conditions and flexible as how you respond to them. And this way, you build up a resilience to meet life on life's terms while simultaneously continuing to pay attention to your dreams and desires for your most meaningful life. Seeing this way, all of life is an experience. You are a story that is always in motion, changing, dancing with the dream weavers, surrendering your desires, allowing curiosity to lead you in the dark and uncharted territories ahead of you. Right now, release your rigid ideas of how you think things should be, how the form of things should be, how another person should be, and just allow a state of wonder and curiosity to lead you. Ask yourself in wonder, what might I discover here? Let go of your assumptions. Be present to this beautiful opportunity offered to you right now. Fate has brought you to this moment, but destiny will be what you make it to mean. Interesting. So it does feel very much like letting go of your desires, letting go of your assumptions. And maybe these are the assumptions of, okay, that it is about this sensuality, it is about this physicality. But there's something deeper, there's something more, and it's like this dream almost seems like it was about letting go of the passions, letting go of, of those things. Yeah. So I feel like it's to shake up and rattle up your world because it's going to be so much different than you've had before. So I feel like that's what's coming in there. So hopefully that makes sense with all the if you picture your dream and every character was you, just in a different costume, and then seeing things from those different perspectives and seeing it from a place of letting your passions go, your assumptions go, because it's almost like these are the things that normally happen, and and it's like, no, it's going to be different, and you can allow it to be different. You don't have to try to push it and pursue it to be something and mean something there. So hopefully that resonates for you there. But that's what they have for you, Galatians. So many blessings to you. And if you're on Instagram or anything like that, if you have, you know, I know sometimes these types of questions, you can always reach out to me in private too. Because I have people that do that. They're like, I don't want to ask this in front of everyone. I'm like, that's cool. I know you probably don't mind, but we do have to keep it a little PG ish here. We don't want to get banned. All right. So, then after that, we had Love 1, 2, 3, 4. You are up next, and then Patty and Cherries follow up there. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. So, Love 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Rhonda. Much love to you, brother. don't worry. Trust me, you fit in fine here. All right. Excellent. All right. Let's Let's take a look here. All right, so love 1, 2, 3, 4. Hmm. All right. Then you're going to bed. Oh, come on. It's only what, 11:30 there? Yeah. So, we've got the Queen of Cups, which is deep emotions, like subconscious, and High Priestess, subconscious, the hidden things behind the scenes, and the Sun, which is also subconscious and Leo, fiery, passionate energy, right? So I feel like, and if this is the same one that's invited you to go on this trip, I definitely am glad that you're not going to go because I feel like it was purposeful. What kind of channel is this turning into? I'm gonna have to. Just kidding. And then what does the man feel about this here? Well, you know, we've got the king of swords here, or is this the queen? Yeah, this is the queen. I think these are the queen, but this is this balance of heart and mind. I feel like they don't feel like it's anything. The 4 of Pentacles is the balance in the outside world. Um, and this, um, Empress here, this is you're seen as, this mother nature, mother nurture. You take care of yourself. There's a sensuality around you, but I don't feel like they thought anything like, of this kind of stuff here. Um, it feels very solid, and that you're not someone that's, doing all this stuff. you know, with all of that subconscious stuff, I feel like there's a lot of things that they're not aware of, that they're very impulsive, and that if they, um, it may not have been intentional in this conscious mind, but their subconscious mind, I feel is, you know, if this is the fiery, that's a good word, very unaware. They're not self-aware. And that's why I feel if they're the ones that's the frying pan that's I just feel they're not in control. They don't control urges and those types of things. So yeah. So you definitely just, I feel like standing your ground is a good thing, to do there. And just to let it, you know, oh, so I would stand up for your not going, because I don't think it's wise. We'll put it that way. And I don't feel like that last question you asked. This is the Lovers card, which is besties. Um, that no, it's uh they're if they are like a BFF is a BFF, and they're gonna be like, "Psh, I got your back." They're like, no, I get it, I totally understand. You know, because that's what BFFs do, right? Boom. Yeah. So I like that. That's really the only card that needs to come out, right? Oh, or the 10 of Pentacles too, which is all this, togetherness. So it's fulfillment. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that one there. Um, I must have done something somewhere. Huh? I think I did all of yours, so so that's what we have. Absolutely, and thank you for all your multiple donations. Oh yeah, yeah, I already did that piece of it too. Yeah, okay. All righty, and thank you again for all those donations. I really appreciate you. All right, Patty, thank you for your donations. You want to know your boss's feelings towards you at this time. Is the victimization real or up in your head? Should you act against it? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here and see what's going on here. So, what are your boss's feelings? And then any advice on what to do around this here? Okay. Sorry you're going through that. I know it's not always fun. What a fun ride this adventure is, right? Well, we got the Three of Wands, which is about changing directions, altering course. So with the boss feelings towards you, it feels like they're changing course away. And we've got the Page of Cups, which is like new emotion, new excitement. And I must feel like they're like moving their attention off of you onto someone else, which is interesting, right? And let's take a look here. You know, with the queen, we've got the Queen of Cups here. We got the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of different things happening emotionally around this person and I feel like the Queen of Cups here, she is very much like the High Priestess, very picks up on emotions, picks up on, empathic. You feel a lot more and you see a lot more than that's on the surface too. So when you're asking, is it real or is it up in your head? I feel like there is some reality because there's a lot of emotional confusion surrounding this person, which means there's a lot of stuff that they are putting out, right? Um, some of it you are experiencing more deeply because you do feel people's emotions, you do pick up on things. So, which is, I know, not always fair for everyone. I know when I dated people, I'm like, "You're feeling this way and doing this," and it's like, "Yeah, but I've never said anything about it. Stay out of me. It's not fair." And I'm like, "Well, just talk about it. I know it's there." And they're like, "Well, I don't want to talk about it yet. I will talk about when I'm ready." And I'm like, "Okay," you know. So it's almost like taking all of that into consideration, that there is stuff that's going on out there. I feel like, yeah, you have the Eight of Wands, which is movement of energy, which is take action. And I feel like it's okay here. Just take a balanced approach here. You've got the King of Cups, which is balancing heart and mind. So, go about it in a not from an emotional standpoint and be aware of what with the moon here is that you're picking up that's below the surface and you know it's like when you're creating a case you can't go, I just know it, I have this instinct, don't you know I know things, usually isn't going to do well with HR, whoever that you would present it to. But I feel like if you take some deep breaths, take a step back, maybe even journal about it, something not at work so that no one can find it, right? and just kind of put it on paper, get it out of your mind and out of your heart, and get the facts down that you're aware of, and um, also put your emotions on another page so that it is out there for you too. But then look back at the facts that you can prove, and then reevaluate the situation. I feel like um, you're going to see things even more clearly, um, and you're going to realize what is of the emotion that's expanded and what is of like rule breaking, and you're going to determine, okay, they've done this, this, and this. Yeah, this is not acceptable, and then you would present the proof, um, and or consult HR, whoever can be trusted. I know sometimes in companies HR you can't trust them either, but I know the company I came from, I knew I could go to them and just say, okay, this is what's going on. What's your advice, and what should be my next step? And they'd be like, well, you could do this or this, and then you get you get some helpful advice from there. So I feel like that's what Spirit is saying to do, because it's going to get it all out of your brain and out of your heart, and blah, and you're going to feel so much more lighter. Going to be able to see it from a outside perspective in a way, and then you're going to know what to do. Is what I feel. So that's what's coming in for you, Patty. So hopefully that is helpful, and hang in there. Many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Sherry, thank you for your additional donation. And oh, an energy check in 5 minutes. So let's see. Let's see. Whoa. Let's see what they have. You're all about, let's move it. Let's move it. Let's get going here. All right. I like that. Your guides are just hilarious, because you got the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. Check again in 5 more minutes. Ding, 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 ding. Because they do show here. You've got the you've got the death and rebirth, and you've got the Eight of Wands, which is this movement of energy, messages from spirit. And I feel like you'll know in your dream tonight, because we've got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, and Seven of Cups is emotional confusion. So, what Spirit is saying that, they will show you in the proper timing, but do you have peace of mind when you think about your father? Do you have any emotional confusion when you think about your father? This will tell you if it's been resolved or not, because if you think about them and it's ugh, ugh still, then you're like, oh. But if you're like, yeah, you're okay, then you know that it's been transformed. Then you know that that's been removed from there, right? Um, feel like I want to grab a card here. Yeah, I'm going to grab a psychic tarot here. Got obstacles and challenges card coming in here. A 5. It's a transformative energy. I think that's the 5 of Pentacles. Let me see here. Oh no, I think it's the 5 of Wands. So it is transformation of energy. So we like that. Says this card represents the obstacles, power struggles, and challenges that you must face in order to overcome them. This could be a difficult period to get through, but it's not impossible if you open your mind and see the bigger picture of how something went wrong. Don't get caught up in it. Just pause and stand back for clarity. Observe where adjustments are required or which decisions may need to be changed to enable you to move forward in a positive direction. Life really is all about learning. Don't play the victim. Take the knowledge you've gained from this experience so that you can apply it to similar situations in the future. This card often comes forth when competition is around you, whether it's in your personal or business life. It's an excellent time to think creatively and ask yourself, how can I make myself shine above all the rest? And I like that with um, I feel like they're talking here with this transformation of energies. Think about a future interaction with your father too and go, how would that feel? And what does that reveal for you? Because that helps you know. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you commenting down here. Oh. Do you have to go back to respecting him? Um, let's move on. I understand everything. Okay, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad for you. You don't necessarily have to go to respecting them. It's just if we have disrespectful feelings or any lower vibrational emotions towards someone, that's what is dragging us down. Because those are our emotions, not them. It's our opinion, our judgments, our feelings. So, all right. But I love that the Five of Wands is transforming of energy. So it feels like you are transforming it. I feel like they're saying, give another half hour because your guides are funny. All right. And again, thank you so much for all your multiple donations. I really appreciate that, Cheery. Much love to you. All right. Always victory. Let's take a look here. All right. All right. An action plan. I love a good action plan. That's my Capricorn rising. Oh, we love organization. You call me master. The master in me recognize the master in you. All right. Rest well, Cherry. Dream well. Maybe I'll come visit you again in your dream. But this time I'm going to be dressed as a giant rabbit. So if you see a huge 6'4" rabbit with ears that's me. Yeah, sassy master. Saster. I'll be your saster. Sassy master. All right. Sorry, always victory. So what impact will doing all the following have on your life? Oh, okay. I love the violet flame. Walking in nature. Wow, that feels wonderful. Guided meditations. And okay, letter to H and G, L, and more laughing. Okay, letter G, H, H. Okay, let's take a look here. So more violet flame. Look, I'm looking. I love here all the beautiful violet wings and violet. So here's the king of cups, balancing heart and mind world card, helps you release old cycles and begin new ones. So feel the violet flame, very very helpful. I mean, I love all the violet and the energy here. It feels like it brings in this peaceful connection, of course, and connection to the angelic realm. It just feels so beautiful there. So I definitely like that for you. And then walking in nature, well, two major arcana. Well, and you had a major arcana and royalty, so those are great. I love the balancing. It helps balance, helps ground you, which makes sense. I feel like we need that. And it helps you really, again, more balance. So this is definitely balancing. This is balancing of the chakras, connection to your higher self. And I feel like it helps you identify too, gives you clarity in your thinking about what your dreams come true are. I just feel like it's a good balancing thing there. You're so funny, Cherry. All right, and then number 3, guided meditations. Wow. Mhm. So guided meditations do allow you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and also cut away, fears and release things here. And I feel like it really brings in great flow of energy. The Knight of Wands is fast moving, a great amount of energy, and it helps you step into your spiritual power too. I mean, I like to see here if you can see the flame in her hand right there. So I like that too. Very positive. All of these things. You're like, great action plan. All of the above. So a letter to H. mm, so a letter to H, 5 of Wands. It does transform energy from feeling like fear into something loving and kind. It is this release and changing of feelings of competition, feelings of, uh, conflict. It does feel like it transforms this energy, which is pretty cool. GL, this is like High Priestess taking a step back. I feel like before you communicate with GL, I feel like both of these, I don't know if um, it just feels like there's significant things to be looked at here because this feels like a firestorm in the beginning. Like it almost feels like someone who's like a kung fu buddy that helps you train, and they go at you hard. They don't like hold back, and you're just like, at first you think someone's in a fight, kicking each other's butt, and then you realize, oh, you're just helping each other get stronger, right? And the two is like stepping back and connecting upward and backward and under and stuff before. It's like being very aware of how you're approaching them. I feel like they're probably, this one feels like very fiery, this one feels very um emotional because this is water, this is like Pisces, like being aware of what emotions they are in the moment. This one can be fired up really easily. This one can have hurt feelings easily, is kind of the energy that's coming in there, if that makes sense. So being aware of it, um, I feel like the first three things are it. And then the more laughing, we like this with the 2 of Wands because choosing laughing and joy and a gratitude, all of that is positive energy. It helps raise your love vibration. So the 2 of Wands coming in for that last part, I feel is really there. So I like this. I like this action plan because the more you focus on connecting higher and higher, the less we focus on our fears, and then the more higher our love vibration goes, and that draws in more things, and then we're able to release more and more fears and move higher. It's just a wonderful wonderful like infinity symbol. It's a cycle. It just helps us go and higher and higher and higher and higher. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, I think that is all of my donations currently. And all right. And I think I did lose some of the previous. I did screenshot some of the beginning ones. I have hit my 3-hour mark. I'm gonna do a few a few free readings. Apologies that I was not able to get too many, but thank you guys so much for all your donations. It does help fund me doing this because otherwise I would be needing to work a regular job, and then I wouldn't be here hardly at all because I'd be exhausted. So, because of you, I'm able to give these donations. So, thank you guys so much for that. And for anyone that I'm not able to get to this evening, apologies. I try to get through as many as I can, but of course, I can't always get to all of them. But good news is I will be back tomorrow. I start my on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I'm here both in the mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and in the evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So I will be back. I do put out, you know, an announcement an hour before, and so you can get in line early too. But sometimes in this case, it is my sincere desire to try to get through as many as I can. All right, enough blah blah blah. Let's I'm seeing here the first free reading was going to be from double, triple, quadruple X. You want to know what was coming in, so we'll pull a card here. And you do have the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is this the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But I feel like what's coming in here, and I feel like this is in July with the number 7, it's really standing out that you start to get some fruit from, things that you have had seeds planted and you've been putting in work, and you get a result and you're like, is this it? And you're like, that's okay. I don't really want to pursue this anymore. So it's like you planted apple trees and now you're getting the apples and you're like, why did I plant apples? And you're like, oh, that's right, everyone else wanted apple fritters and apple sauce and apple juice and apple pie and blah 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 blah. So I was doing it for everyone else, but I want guacamole, and I feel like you're making these adjustments to pursue things that are more in alignment with what you're wanting and not so much the fruit of what everyone else wanted from your life, which is healthy. And I like it for you. So that is what is coming in for you, double, triple, quadruple X. So many blessings to you. And then Esther E, what month will you get money back from Julia? So, excuse me, you have the King of Wands coming in here. So that has a lot to do about you because the King of Wands rolls over the wands here, and they are actually, they hold their magic wand, and whatever they focus on is what grows and expands. So if you focus on gratitude for what you do have in your life and joy, and use your energy to grow that, then you're telling the universe, I enjoy being grateful for things. Can you bring me more things to be grateful for? And more things to be grateful for will come in. If we focus in on like, I haven't gotten that money yet, I haven't gotten that money yet, I haven't gotten that money yet, then we're telling the universe, I really enjoy feeling like I'm not getting the money from them. Can you make it extend longer so I can still not get it? It's like a little kid going into a bakery and pointing in the little glass case at a donut, going, you know, and then the baker goes and gets a dozen of those donuts and hands it to the little kid. And the kid goes, no, I hate those. I'm like, why were you pointing at them? Point out what you love and I'll bring you more of that. And so when you focus in on what you are grateful for, that allows that to come in. So I feel like they're saying that the time frame, it could be as early as July if you focus on your gratitude and you're changing the energy that you're focusing on. But it's all up to your energy level that does it. So that is what they want now because it's all about you. Yay. All right. So that's what they have for you, Esther. So many blessings to you. All right. Dijona, whatever comes out, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Well, you got the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is that you're flowing through and really realizing a lot more of what if your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped. And you're freeing yourself from this prison of some expectations and some thoughts. So I like this because it's you realizing that it's your mindsets that control the story that you're seeing, and no one else is making you feel a certain way, making your life be a certain way, because you're the master of your fate and of your life, and you get to choose what story and emotion and energy and actions you take in your life. And I like it. I feel like you're really stepping into your power, realizing some limiting beliefs that you're not going to hold you back any longer. So I like that for you, Dijona, and that's what's coming through. So many blessings to you. You are welcome. And in a couple hours, the next Take 10 with Zen episode 3 is coming out with Is Love Real? So thank you for recommending that question in the first episode. I really enjoyed what came through, so I'm excited to see if that's helpful. All right, so new love. Anything that comes in love in July. Well, you have the Six of Cups here. And I feel with the Six of Cups, there's been a lot of energy lately about people coming back from the past and slash or people coming into your life where you just have like felt like you've known them before. It's like a past life connection that comes from your subconscious. And what I've been feeling more in almost every case, it's more the latter, where it's not someone like you known in this lifetime, but you come across someone, excuse me, that I must not be breathing enough. It started to yawn. I'm so sorry. I'm like, come on, breathe. Okay. That it's more so someone that you haven't met before, and you're just like you click, and you're like, I feel like you've known somewhere, like I've known you somewhere. If you ever bump into anyone like that, you're like, well, where did you work? And you're like, blah, 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 blah. No. Where did you live? Blah, 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 blah. No, I just moved here to town. I've never lived here before. Um, okay, well, where did you go to college? Huh? Where'd you go to school? Where da, 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 and you're just like, must be a past lifetime. And like, I was thinking the same thing. So I feel like you meet someone coming up here, like in July, that just clicks. Cause I just feel like it's that type of energy that's coming in for you. So that's what I feel, new love. So here we go. We'll see what happens. All right. So many blessings to you. Divine Feminine Chronicles. I am doing well. I hope you're well. And a general for you here. Let's see what we got here. Well, we got the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is like the High Priestess. It's, very much deep diving into your emotions. And I feel like it's a very intuitive time for you right now where and with especially like right in this moment, we're in Cancer sun season, water, and then also today we're in Scorpio moon right now, so another water, and there's like a lot of water, a lot of connection to spirit where the veil is very thin for you, and I feel like you're picking up emotions in extreme ways, and so it wouldn't hurt to reinforce a bubble around you of love to where other people's emotions just get stuck there and they don't come in and you don't take them on, but that they, you know, um, you can still feel them, but you don't take them on as your own and they don't trigger. You just are looking at them more like a goldfish, like fish in an aquarium. They can't get to you, but you can go book, book, book on the glass and they come over thinking you're going to feed them. But you're like, I'm not. So that's what's coming in Divine Feminine Chronicles. Hopefully that resonates. And many blessings to you. All right, Daisy. Any unexpected money that spirit will bring to you soon? Random question. All right, you're so funny. Well, you have the 10 of cups, which is this feeling of emotional filling up and overflowing. So I feel like you have emotional fulfillment that comes in, which means you could get funds coming in, but I feel it's more so that you have this feeling of fullness and wholeness in your life through your heart. So I feel like that is more of the energy that is coming in there for you, than than that it's just money. I feel like it's a variety of things that are making you feel whole and complete there. So that is what is coming in there. So many blessings to you. Hey, we'll take whatever we can get, right? All right. So, LA, I see here you changed your question. I'm not surprised and I'm not disappointed. If you didn't, okay. Did the Aquarius have a crush on you? Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. Did the Aquarius have a crush on you? So just take a quick sip here. Nine of Wands tells me that there was passion there, but I don't feel like they really expressed it. So I guess that would be a crush because it's not love, it's more attraction and energetic attraction. So, if we're cutting the fine line there, that's the difference between passion and desire and true love, right? True emotion. So I feel like they were crushing on you. So that's what's coming in. Easy breezy. Yeah, they were. All right. I knew it, right? All right. So many blessings to you. And Anjali, any blessings coming for you? Let's take a look here. Well, you got the Emperor, the number 4 here. And this Aries is new energy, new action, new confidence, new boldness. Kind of feel like this is would be considered a blessing, right? Because it's there's this standing up for what I want and then listening to everyone else's blah blah blah. But at what some point going, I'm going to decide for me, and you stand up for you and you start something new. And I feel like that's a blessing because you're not it's like there's courage that comes up and you're not afraid. And you are able to like the Aries ram, if anyone wants to butt heads, boom, they're gonna have a headache because you got horns. So I like it for you. There's this new like rising up of energy, not being belligerent and mean, but just standing up in a very beautiful way. So I like it for you. All right, and that's what they have for you, Anjali, doll face diva. You'd like a general for the weekend. Well, looks like you're gonna have a weekend by yourself. I'm just kidding. The Hermit card does say that it is important for you to take time for yourself, though. Connect to spirit, allow them to guide you on your path. So I like that for you. It just feels very serene, and I like it. I feel like it gives you a good foundation for anything else that unfolds. Is that you're taking your time to regenerate and refuel as well. So that's what's coming in for you, Dollface Diva. Many blessings to you. Hey, Maggie Johnson. Hello, hello. Your love life. What do we see? Well, that's what do you see, right? Because you're the hanged man, hanging upside down, going through this beautiful transformation. And there's these pauses that are happening because this is like a cocoon. You're going through this process, this transformation of what you're thinking about relationships, what you're thinking about love. Who am I supposed to be? Who are they supposed to be? What's love supposed to be like, right? We're given all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets for so long about all of that, but there's this freedom that's coming. That's part of the melting away of the caterpillar, becoming a butterfly. You're letting caterpillar thinking go, and butterfly thinking is coming in around what love is. You're seeing things higher. You're going to be able to go places you've never gone before because you're not restricting yourself from previous thoughts and beliefs around that. So that's what I feel is coming in right now for you, Maggie. So many blessings to you. Right. And Julia, what intentions and next moves from Leo? All right, we're doing one cards right now. We got the Six of Pentacles. So right now, this is equal giving and receiving, but they first need to look at that out of balance giving and receiving, right? So because they don't feel there's these barriers that are keeping love away, abundance away, which, work and everything else that's going on in their life, their little inner child had this out of balance, right? He has to give 1,000 love coins before he deserves one, and he's not quite there. So that little inner child has the force fields keeping everything away. And it's like, I know you want to go beat that little inner child, but no, they're so cute and they're just going off of what they were taught. So they just have to be retaught. And that's what the Leo has to do is reteach themselves. Who was it that they felt they had to overdo? If you ever have conversations where you guys are just having some deep conversations, you can just talk about it. Say, I was talking to this dude, and they were talking about, how in our subconscious there's this out of balance give and receive, and it goes back to when we're, 7 years and younger. You probably heard me talk about it all, but it's who was it that I had to overgive to, and I would only feel I could get a little bit back because I bring that from my unconscious world, sorry, to my conscious brain so I can question it and then I can release that person and that balances things out. So I like that. Um, that allows them to be able to give and receive, but they've got to deal with that stuff first, Julia. So that's what's coming in for you there. So many blessings to you, and I think I lost a lot of from up above here, but my voice is going away, and I've been on for 3 hours and 20 minutes. So apologies to everyone that I didn't get to on the free readings, but I'm going to go ahead and close down this session for tonight. But before you head off, just to make sure, um, every Monday I do have a drawing for giveaways, and this one I am actually have not only my weekly giveaway where this week I was giving away 2 30-minute personal recorded readings. I'm also giving away 2 on a drawing over whoever's commented on my monthlies, and then also 2 that I'll pull from the donors that I've had. And here, I guess it helps if I paste it here. Blah, blah, blah. Here is the, oops, that's not the one. Well, here's the Joyous June reading since I already had that copied and pasted. I put out monthlies. Well, I have been putting out monthlies. This is the last month that I did monthlies for June. I'm going to redirect my energies into other activities to bring different content to you. The likes and the views were getting very, very small, and and it wasn't like it was. When something starts to become like work, you're like, okay, it's time to let that go. Spirit was like, yes, we're ready to let that go. We're going to go in this other direction. So new content coming soon. But anyway, enough of that. But here is the giveaway video. Every Tuesday, I do put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the next Monday. So you can check that out. And also each week, I put out at least one pick a card reading. This week's was who can use your help and how can you help them? I like it. And then also a couple weeks ago, I started, and this is one of the new things that I'm investing energy into instead, is a weekly video called Take 10 with Zen, where it's videos 10 minutes and less. And they are just information on how we can connect to spirit, how we can get to know ourselves more, and where I also take questions from my subscribers. So, episode 1 was dimensions, episode 2 was spirit guides, and episode 3 is coming out in a couple hours, which is all about is love real? Ooh, I know. So those, I have a lot of free content on my main page. So if you check that out, then you can, there's, like I said, if you want more messages from spirit and you need them before 11 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow, you can check those out and just follow your heart. So again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for that and being part of the love tsunami. And Until I see you guys again, just know that each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your night, great rest of your day, wherever you're at in the world, and much love to you. Uh, Hang in there and take care, and we'll see you soon.